What's going on, guys? Evil Dragon here, back with another video. Today we were playing some Dead by Daylight, but it's not the typical video. I want to talk about bully survivor squads. I have two games, one where I lose, one where I win, and we're going to go through it and show these are the worst kinds of players to go against when you're the killer, because they make your game terrible. They teabag, they stun you, they flashbang you, they're just really annoying. You're not the killer anymore, they become the killer. Now, real quick before we dive in, I want to say I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in a bit. The week of Halloween, this video was supposed to go up because, Dead by Daylight, scary, whatever, and I got sick. Then on Halloween, I got banned on PlayStation, which kind of sucked, but now I'm back and I was able to edit this video. So without further ado, let's dive right into the first game where I play as Leatherface. So the first thing you'll notice is I'm kind of guarding a gen here. And as Leatherface, the way I play is I don't like camping. Sure, I have agitation, but I don't use Insidious. I like using my perks and add-ons to move around really fast, kind of like a traveling Leatherface. So of course, I'm going through. I noticed they're all on gens. They all have two or three of them have flashlights, and I would have been able to capture these people without the add-ons that I have because my add-ons are the worst versions of the purple chili and the green scratch marks. But yeah, I didn't have any at the time. That's why I was a little bit weaker. Get one gen done. I go ahead and I'm chasing them. They have such strong areas here to move around. Like they have the two, what are these called? The two TNL walls, kind of right next to each other. But I downed someone, and I realized really quickly that well, as I downed this person, I was like, okay, one gen done, no hooks, fine. I don't need to camp. And then another gen got done. And I was like, oh, I kind of got to camp a little bit here. So I decided to go ahead and camp, which I know is not the honorable thing to do as a Bubba. But when you have a one hook and you're two gens down, and then it kind of gets bad. So a few more gens get done, I go ahead and hook a few people. And I gotta say, the one thing I don't like about Bubba, I love playing Bubba more than Hillbilly so much. It's just his chainsaw, like just like that, his chainsaw hitbox is crazy. There we go. The teabagging of the Bully Survivor Squad. The medkit you can see. The Jake, I believe, has a flashlight. Very annoying. So, they have all these strong parts right next to each other. They have a boon totem set up, so I go ahead and I chase the Jake. Now, he brings me to one of the most annoying structures in the farm maps. He goes ahead and insta-heals whatever. The tree with the window and the pallet, whatever, it's pretty bad. I was like, oh, there's someone on this gen? Nope, they run off. So again, you can see I wind it up really early because I try to use it for distance rather than anything. But I baited the pallet and I got him down. So now they just have a window here, and the pallet's gone. With two gens left, I'm really kind of heavily trying to guard the gens here. But I go back and I'm like, okay, wait, Claudette has a flashlight. I gotta play this a little bit smart. She's waiting around. I hit her. I don't know why I decided to hit her and not start my chainsaw up. I would have been able to catch her. I wait a bit, try to look around if they're coming. They're not. So I go ahead and destroy the boon, then go back to the Jake and I pick him up. Now, usually I was expecting an Unbreakable, again being a bully squad. He might have had it, might have just been a little bit slow, which is good. So I go ahead and hook him, and now we're kind of in the end game. And this is what I'm talking about, like just barely unable to capture this person all around these corners because I know like the hitbox is so random and miscalculated all the time. I go ahead and I miss the Nancy because of her 360. This Nancy really with her teabagging was really annoying. I don't know why I'm not waiting for my charges. My charges I should have gotten back. She has a really strong window here, along with just a large thing that, again, I got to be careful. I'm going to use my chainsaw to zoom around because the hitbox, again, goes all over the place. If behavior would fix that, it'd make this game so much more enjoyable, especially as a Bubba player. Even Billy, like Billy, his hitbox, is not as wide. So I don't know. Oh yeah, here you can kind of see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bait the what's called the window. She tries to hide in the locker, so I go ahead. And what you want to do is you want to go ahead and hit yourself in the locker so they can't come out. If they decide to come out, you spam R2 so that when they come out, you can try and grab them. It's a new technique that's been happening. Very easy for PC players to do to console players. See, she's got a flashlight. I'm trying to take down. The flashbang misses. So now I'm camping. The door is right behind me. And I don't remember if this was the door they opened or if it was the other one. But I can notice, I'm like, okay, they're in the trees. They're coming out after me. So I'm really heavily guarding her here. Two of them have a flashbang. One of them has a flashlight, I believe, or a toolbox or something. They have their boon totem set back up, so they're all. I'm kind of constantly revving my chainsaw, and the chainsaw, revving it for Bubba is no problem. They all move in. I didn't even realize they had dropped the flashbang, so I got stunned. I continue to use my chainsaw, knock one down. They got the. I grab. See again, because the console, maybe it's some slower, maybe it's a desync, but again, I absolutely missed the grab. It didn't work. They have the one perk where you can for the people where you can heal someone and you get broken. So they healed instantly just like that, which really like shocked me. She had dead hearts. I was like, oh, I got to go after these players now because they're not. They ran away from the door. I'm kind of guarding the door. So I'm going after the two players. One of them's broken, can't heal. One of them just mended. They're all injured. I just need to swing and hit them. I have a chainsaw for speed and distance. It should be relatively easy. But the layout that they had here, this massive lawn wall, the one window and pallet wall here. I just couldn't catch up to the Neo. I know that one of them had another dead hard. They had the house if they can make it to it. Two of them are healing each other. So yeah, the Nia makes it to the house, and by that point, it was pretty much all over. I was like, okay, maybe she'll go through the house. I'll go around, I'll outsmart them. I see them healing there, and I look, and she had double backed around, or she had gone up in the house, and she goes all the way back to the original door. By that point, I had lost. I had no choice or no chance of getting anybody. So, I try, okay, maybe I can get some blood points, just revving my chainsaw, chainsaw sprint. I hit one, yep, there's the dead hard. They get out. The other two are back to the other door, and they go ahead and they get out. So, looking at these perks, what did they have? They had for the people to prove themselves, a med kit. They had found a toolbox, sprint burst, dead hard, dead hard. For the one off the record perk. So I was like, okay. Then my next game was the Wesker game. This is the game where I had a bully squad, the triplets of terror I called them. But this was my first ever game playing as Wesker, so I didn't know what to expect of playing him. And they sent me to the one saloon map, which is a good map on both sides. I enjoy the map as a killer, but I know it is kind of survivor sided. So from watching, YouTubers, seeing how the perk worked, I'm trying to use the perk. I know it's kind of like Blinks. Again, this is my first ever game. I put on the perks I was more comfortable with at the time. Vaulting really fast, save the best for last for faster cooldown, and just a gen perk. So I noticed Survivor. I was like, okay, there's someone up here. And I get hit by head on. I was like, okay, head on, whatever. Two flashlights, okay, sure, flashlights, whatever. I got a hit in. And head on again. And I was like, wait, didn't this guy just go around? And this is what I noticed. I didn't even know there were the three Dwights. I looked, there's three Dwights. They're all looking the same. They all have head on. They all have a flashlight. I was like, oh. So I try to avoid lockers now because this is one of the strongest maps for lockers, especially the dual lockers. They have deception so they can try and run away, but that doesn't work on me. And I chase after him here. He doesn't get very far. He tries to fake the window, but I got him down. But yeah, one of the best maps because if you try and go and get someone from a locker or pick someone up, they can use a flashlight really easily or they can use head on. So these three are all here, and I don't know if the Zarya was with them, but the Zarya did end up helping them, so it might as well have been like a bully for full Survivor Squad. And so going in deeper here, yeah, you can see they're all helping each other, they're all healing, they all have flashlights. I'm trying to play this kind of well. My sensitivity, I had actually turned this up before that match to allow me to get that hit, which is really cool. But again, they have one of the reasons why this is a good Survivor map. And again, I think I would not have done as well as I did if it wasn't for the fact that because the individual killer like length, the hidden number there was so low, the season had just reset. So I was, Ash rank, and I had a much lower hidden number for Wesker because I had never played him before. This is my first match. So yeah, that's why I think, yeah, even though these guys, they all tried to be, a bully Survivor Squad, boons, improve themselves, flashlights, all that, it just didn't work out really just because, again, I had never played, they were just lower level. That's probably all it was. I'm just lucky I had played Killer so much longer before. So I took him down the Yui. I apologize for saying Zarya before, Overwatch on the brain. But I take down the Yui, I go ahead and hook her, and so far, again, no gens are done. So I'm kind of guarding them, they're all going on them, and the reason why they're getting done so fast, I immediately assume prove thyself. I mean, if you see three Dwights, one of them or two of them or all three are using prove thyself. They all have head on, they all have a flashlight, maybe with the one Richter perk to recharge it, I don't know. I got two of them infected, which means they'll be a little bit slower. I go ahead and I was like, oh, why did I do that? Thinking now it's like I missed the save the best for last stacks. So I move in. I'm watching the gen. This is what I mean. They must have had maximum batteries. So he tries to flashlight stun me. Doesn't work. I'm able to play this a little bit better. He goes into a locker, but he can't go into the locker because one of the other Dwights was already in there, set up with head on. So he stuns me, but I get the hit off. Very weird. Yui hasn't healed yet. He tries to play around the weakest pallet I've ever seen. Very easy to go ahead and pick him up here. Hook right in front of me. He goes ahead and he flashlight stuns me. One of the other Dwights comes out of nowhere. Again, their whole point of being a bully squad here is you want to revolve either around the shack with all their lockers, the god pallet, and the window, or you want to revolve around the saloon. I try to play around a god pallet, doesn't work very well. You know, the teabag little spray there with his heal spray. Yeah, but the problem here is there's another Dwight in this locker, so he goes ahead and stuns me. But I'm focused on the one that's slower, just because he's hindered, so he has a 7% debuff to speed, easy to catch up to him. He does get the heal off, but I was like, okay, they're all around here. I need to play this a little bit smart. So I'm trying to kind of not pick him up yet, because I know they have flashlights around. But, you know, I was like, okay, no one's around. I'll go ahead and pick him up. They're not going to make it in time. Easy. I go ahead, walk over to a hook this Dwight. By this point, I realized, wait a minute, they haven't even done any gens because they've been trying to be that toxic. The teabagging, the flashlight stunning, the head-on stunning, the boon totem setting up. Yui was kind of the only one, but even then, again, she was trying to help and save him here. She tried to save the Dwight, but I don't think she realized that he was injured or ready to die on hook. By that point, yeah, 5 gens left. They're all being toxic. One's on the hook, one's dead. They're all injured. They stood no chance. So if we go ahead and skip right to the end here, we'll take a look at the perks. These guys, the Dwights, love them to death. Oh, look at this build. That was a really fun game. The triplets of terror. 3 head-ons, 3 bonds to see each other, 3 deceptions, 1 flashbang, and 2 of another perk, 1 prove thyself, 1 boon. Life, whatnot, all in a day's work, but hope you guys did enjoy nonetheless. This is Survivor Squads, bully Survivor Squads. Hate them, don't deal with them, try and recognize them before it happens. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. Maybe leave a like, maybe leave a nice comment down below, maybe hit that subscribe button, retain that little bell. See you guys next time for some more Dead by Daylight. Bye guys.